Good morning. This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Briefing for Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. Fire activity is shown here. The dots that are this purple pink color are prescribed fires that are ongoing, and we have had some small wildfires over eastern Idaho, parts of northeast Utah, and then down in the southern Great Basin. We have had reports that some of these prescribed fires in south central Utah have been consuming pretty well for the time of year. Precipitation for the past 7 days is shown here on the left. It's been a pretty dry week, aside from a little bit of precip right on our northern border. And then the past 30 days have also been fairly dry for Nevada, quite dry for southern Nevada, far southwest Utah, and the Arizona Strip, and then kind of a mixed bag further north, with some areas of higher precip amounts in central Utah. Current snow info is shown here. We do still have a decent amount of snow over our mountains in central Idaho and into western Wyoming, while the snowpack is really starting to decrease over Utah and even Nevada, where we're seeing the snow melting off here with the warm temperatures that we've had. Our percent of normal still looking decent over the north, again, mainly western Idaho and northern Nevada. We're seeing those values at or just above average for the time of year, but really dropping off rapidly over Utah with the warming temperatures and not a great snowpack in some of those areas to begin with. All right, looking at the forecast today, we have some kind of prefrontal conditions. A low pressure system is going to be dropping north out of the northern Rockies into the Great Basin, mainly later today through Friday, bringing a change in our weather pattern with some precipitation and a shot of cooler temperatures coming to the area. So we have pretty good ventilation out ahead of this trough today. Transport winds pick up across the north this afternoon as that low begins to move into Idaho. Mixing heights are very high across the area today. Today, the maximum temperatures are going to be a lot like yesterday, with highs in the mid 70s across most of the area, a little bit cooler, of course, at higher elevations. And then we'll see not much in the way of precipitation, but we do see some increasing numbers over the higher elevations of Utah and parts of eastern Nevada out ahead of the main storm coming in later tonight and into tomorrow. So again, for tomorrow, this is Thursday, that low rapidly strengthens and pushes south, bringing a strong cold front to the area, dropping temperatures and bringing some precipitation, mainly to eastern portions of the area. Ventilation rates very high tomorrow. Along with this low, we will see increasing winds across much of the area. This is a little bit different than our normal low pressure system coming in, but we see the strongest winds over Idaho and into western Wyoming and northeast Nevada and into eastern Utah. So a pretty windy day tomorrow across portions of the area, and mixing heights are also going to be very high. These winds do come with higher relative humidities and lower temperatures, so not really looking for a significant increase in any kind of fire potential. Maximum temperatures decrease by about 15 to 20 degrees tomorrow as that low moves in. We'll see some snow at the higher elevations with some of this precipitation, and then the probability of precip shown here, really again mainly highlighting the eastern half of the area as to where we'll see the precipitation: central and eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and Utah throughout the day on Thursday. On Friday, that low kind of sticks around for cooler temperatures remaining in place, and we could continue to see some precipitation mainly over Utah on Friday. Northerly flow across much of the area. Ventilation rates still looking really good. We'll still see some winds associated with this low, straight northerly winds across western Utah. This is a bit of an unusual wind direction for us, again with this mainly north, even some northeasterly winds into northern Utah. So that can be kind of a troublesome wind pattern for us. And then mixing heights are really high again on Friday. Temperature still staying cool on Friday, maybe even coming down a few degrees with highs in the 50s, the low 50s for some of the areas in Utah and up into Idaho and western Wyoming. And again, precip expected to continue over Utah, mainly the higher elevations on Friday, with some mixed high elevation snow in there. The clearing index is very high for the next couple of days for Utah. And the 3-day precip totals are shown here. Again, this is the precip coming in late tonight through Friday, bringing the best chance of precip to the higher elevations of Utah. Southern Utah and the Arizona Strip also look to see a decent chance for some precipitation with this storm as well. So that's good news down there. By Saturday, we'll start to see some drier air moving back in, still on the cooler side, but beginning to gradually warm. Ventilation rates still pretty good on the eastern half of the area, decreasing just a bit on the north and west. On Sunday, another little trough moving through, keeping temperature seasonal for the time of year. This is Easter. Should be highs in the mid 60s or so. Ventilation rates looking good. And then on Monday into the first part of next week, kind of returning back to a westerly flow. So not necessarily getting really hot again just yet, but warm, maybe a little bit above seasonal temperatures. And then on Tuesday, we could see a little bit of moisture coming into the flow that may bring some showers here and there as we head into the middle part of next week. Precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5. This is Saturday through Monday. Really not showing too much as we head into the weekend. Should be generally clear for Easter for most of the area. And then the extended outlook, April 23rd through the 29th, puts us back in just slightly above normal for temperatures and then near normal for precipitation. And that concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Friday for the latest updates.